Hello everyone, it's Ant Hazuki here, back with another Shenmue 1 and 2 collection video. Today just having a look at the patch that was finally released for consoles, patch 1.02, that was released on PC a couple of weeks ago. Finally got a release on consoles and I've been downloading it and trying it out today. And the good news is this is a really good patch that makes a real difference. I'll be giving you guidance of what's changed along with some examples showing you the difference. But first of all, the Shenmue patch for Shenmue 1 comes at a couple of hundred megabytes on PS4 and about 900 megabytes on Xbox One, and the Shenmue 2 patch comes in at 1.9 gigabytes on PS4 and 2.1 gigabytes on the Xbox One. So before I show you specifically what's improved, just if you want the short version of it, has it improved considerably? Yes, it has. Is it perfect? No, not by a long way. But I can say with confidence, if you're holding out from getting the collection because you're worried about the state of the games, or you already have the games that you've been waiting for these patches, I can say that you can get stuck in because it's more than good enough for you to play and enjoy. Now, I will show you specifically what's been fixed in this bug release. There is no official patch list for consoles, so we'll have to go by the PC one that was released a couple of weeks ago on Steam. These are all bugs that apparently have been applied, bug fixes rather, have been applied to the console versions, apart from obviously the PC specific issues. Looking at Shenmue 1, the biggest issues that I've had with this game, in fact probably with both of the games, but the biggest issue for me in Shenmue 1 was the audio. Whilst I found that the music was fine, the two biggest problems for me was the dialogue being distorted. In fact, on the base game I found the dialogue to be so bad that I had to unplug my hi-fi and play it through the TV just to find the game playable. Now the patch has massively improved this, although it's still noticeable throughout, so it's not perfect, and to be honest with you, I don't think it ever will be. I read in an interview with the developers, one of the biggest problems that they had was the audio. Funnily enough, I find the cutscenes now to be much better. Almost feels like they've redone the cutscenes, but the mileage varies with the in-game dialogue. However, it is much improved, and I'm not going to say it's not nitpicking, because you can hear the distortion, but it is not nowhere near as bad as it was. The other thing that still happens, unfortunately, and it would be nice that they fix this in future patches, is sound effects cutting out. So one of the things that happens is, for example, in a QTE, some of the QTE sounds won't play, or if you're playing like QTE Battle in the arcade, that's where it's most noticeable, is the number of those prompts don't make a sound, for example. It's just a noticeable thing. Again, it's not game ruining. As for the major graphical issues on the game, much improved. Unless someone's going to tell me in the comments, I've not seen any of the issues with the cutscenes. That seems to be fixed. A lot of the minor bugs involving the gacha toys and other little bits and pieces I haven't seen any repeat of, so that seems better. And the game now feels rock steady in terms of its stability. So with Shenmue 1, another patch or two, and I think it would be perfect. At the moment, it's very good. If they don't patch it, it's still worth playing. The port in general is good, and I've had a lot of fun playing it through. I've actually already played it through twice. Now moving on to Shenmue 2. Now this is where I feel the patch has done a huge difference. For Shenmue 2, I found that there was massive issues regarding Crush Blacks and music. I'm just going to show you a clip of what the game used to look like and sound like, and the comparison.
Excuse me. You... Which way is it? It...
I don't want you...
Okay.
You're bothering the...
So as you can see in here, it's much improved, particularly graphically. Beforehand, it was so dark in so many areas, it was very hard to see, and it just didn't look right. Now it looks absolutely stunning, really clear, really nice, much better. The music, as you can tell, was completely wrong. I'm not sure what was going on. It was like it was doubling up with sound effects. It sounds a lot better, although going through the different areas, it doesn't sound quite how I remember it, to be honest. Again, it might still need some work in that area. However, it's a night and day improvement, and I'm much more pleased with it. There are still issues. So, for example, if you go and play in the arcade, go and play Outrun, the background music for that is still very low, and the car sounds very loud. But again, like Shenmue 1, this is more than playable, and I thoroughly recommend you now get stuck in. I have heard the development team is still releasing patches, and I'm hoping that by the time they've finished patching the game, everything gets fully resolved. But as I've said, it's now a more than an acceptable level, and you shouldn't hesitate to get stuck in. So how has the experience been for you, and has the patch improved things for you? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching the video. Cheers.
Yeah.